Hi guys, Andrew Carruthers here, Education Director for San Via. To my right is our good friend Steve Gomez.
How you doing, everybody?
Steve is a brilliant business coach and he's dedicated some time to help you guys raise your business acumen. And today we're talking about a subject that tends to strike fear in a lot of stylists' heart, and that's the price raise. This is part 2 of a 3-part series. If you missed part 1, check the box below. There's going to be a link to part 1 and to part 3 so you can stay on track with us. So in this one, it's all about when do we raise our prices. So how do we know when it's time to raise?
Well, really, Andrew, there's 3 times in my opinion when you know it's time to raise your prices. I'm going to save the best one for last and quickly go through the first 2. First up, if you have to pick a time of year when you should raise your prices, do it November 1st, going into the holidays. Your customers are going to see you a little bit more than often, usually 1.5 times more. So by the time they get through the holiday season, they're used to that price. Don't do it on January 1st after they've spent all their money Christmas shopping and now they don't have money and you're raising prices on them. Not a good thing to do. The next time that you know when you should raise your prices is based on supply and demand. If you're 80% booked, you can't pee, you can't go to have lunch, you probably do both at the same time because you're just so busy. Right. So that's a time when you know, gotta raise my prices. If you're 80% booked or more, you're just too busy, you're gonna fry yourself out and your service is gonna wane. You're just not gonna be as sharp and as good as what you do. So raise your prices, buy back a bit more time, you'll elevate your service experience for your guests and have more balance. But let's get to what to me as a coach is the most important time when you should raise your prices, and that is based on your expenses. You raise your prices because your expenses are telling you to do it. Typically when I teach classes on how to raise your prices, I ask, okay, when do you raise your prices and how do you go about doing it? And people typically say, well, I call around. What are you charging? What are you charging? What are you charging? Now, it's important to understand what people are charging in your area, but what he charges should have no bearing on what I charge because he may have and probably does have a completely different expense structure than what I have. So let me walk you through this equation. I'm going to get down and dirty, give you a quick example of it, and I'm going to tell you where you can go to get more information. So let's say that you're currently charging $40 a haircut, or you're looking to open a business and thinking that you should charge $40. Now, let's say that your expenses are $10,000, so it's costing you 10 grand to run your business, or you're projecting that when you open, that's how much you're gonna have to spend to pay all your bills. So, by the way, this includes you getting paid. You shouldn't wait and see if anything's left over and then that's your money. You include you up here. Now, you also should factor in profit, and I don't see many businesses doing that. You add profit into your pricing structure. Typically, that can be between 5 to 20%. For the sake of our example, I'm gonna go with 10%. So 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. So now I have a new total here. My goal is to bring in $11,000 a month. That's gonna pay all the bills, including me getting paid, and have $1,000 left over for my business. Now I'm profitable. But how do I get there? How do I bridge the gap? I have to keep in mind the number of clients that I'm seeing on a monthly basis. So let's say in my example here, we're seeing 250 clients. I divide 11,000 into 250 and I get my price point, which is $44. So now I can clearly see that based on my expenses and planning for profit and the number of customers I see each month, I have to set a price at $44. So if I was thinking 40, I'm now going for 44. If I'm already open and I'm currently at 40, now I know without a shadow of a doubt, I have to raise my prices because I'm losing $4 every client every time. Yes, I can increase my add-on sales, and yes, I can sell more retail and focus on lowering expenses and see more customers. But ultimately, a $5 price increase right here would bridge the gap and immediately make my business solvent. I'd have a positive cash flow. This, to me, is one of the biggest reasons why we have a lot of salons out there that aren't profitable. We don't manage our business at this level, and we're not taking the time to understand it. Now, I just gave you a quick run through of this. You can go to my website, www.stevengomez.net. That's Steven with a PH. And I've got a store. I wrote a great book called Financial Fitness, and I teach this and even put together a spreadsheet for you to make it easy. All you gotta do is plug in the numbers. It does all the work for you. That being said, you can also put a comment down below. Ask us questions. Let's get a dialogue going. This can look complex, but really the more you get to, we recommend watching this over, the more you watch me go through the equation, the easier it's going to be to understand. This is one of the most important things that you can do, no matter if you own the business, work for yourself, or even a commissioned staff member. Know what your price point is so you can go make the money that you deserve for all the hard work that you're putting in. This is the most important time when you should raise your prices.
I love it. And guys, you know, we feel like if you need to raise prices based on these structures, do a bigger price raise once. You know, don't nickel and dime yourself. You know, a $2 price raise when you're gonna have to do it again 3 months later and again 3 months later is going to feel a lot different than one larger price raise. So, you know, make the price raise what you need to actually fit for the entire year, or maybe even up to a year and a half or so you're not doing these really small frequent price raises. Guys, this is huge. I don't know about you, but when he showed this to me, I got super excited about a new way to look at how and when to do that price raise. So thank you, Steve.
Absolutely.
We know that this is really valuable and we really appreciate you adding value to them.
For sure.
So guys,
I was gonna say in step 3, just watch out. We're gonna teach how to communicate it.
Yeah, because that's hard too, right? How do you tell your client prices are going up? So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Andrew Carruthers, Education Director for Sam Villa.
And I'm Steve Gomez. Take care.